could you tell us a little bit more about TiVo's relationship with Quantcast?
Absolutely. So it was announced, it's a relatively new thing, announced in June or July. Quantcast is a relatively well-known, but still early-stage internet measurement company who uses a direct measurement approach to the internet, which means they don't rely on panels per se to or people to download software that will track what they're doing with the computer. Instead, what Quantcast does is uses tags that publishers willingly put on their sites to measure all the traffic to those sites. And by virtue of that, Quantcast sees a lot of internet traffic, really a census-level traffic of any site. They're a perfect partner for TiVo because of that methodology and because of their beliefs in some privacy aspects, and we really saw the world from the same lens. So what we've done is we've taken the measurement they're doing already on the internet and a population of our TiVo subscribers who have volunteered to participate in endeavors like this contributed their set-top box data to it and allowed us to attach it anonymously to their households and to a combination of their data sets, put those two things together. So what you end up with the TiVo Quantcast product is a single source, 35,000 households strong measurement of people watching TV and people consuming and doing things on the internet. With that much sample size, all passively observed. Nobody's looking over their shoulder, nobody's logging into anything, people are just going about their lives watching TV and behaving on the internet. And a large enough numbers that we can actually measure, think about for an advertiser, ad exposures to some in a household on the internet, and then ad exposures for that brand on the television, and how do those combinations of ad exposures result in people taking action on the internet? How do, for a network or a web publisher, how does the relationship between what people watch on TV and what they stream on a network's website or on a Hulu.com or something like that, how does that interplay? All in the same household. And with this amount of sample size, you're actually able to look really pretty granularly at that and see cause and effect between exposure and action.
And I also think you could probably look at how satellite subscribers use the internet and whether that differs from MSO subscribers.
Great point. In fact, that's an excellent thing to think about. It's absolutely true. One of the great things about TiVo, again, as a set-top box platform, is we not only have a national distribution platform, so that sets us apart from a lot of sources of set-top box data, we also have our boxes attached to every conceivable form of television distribution. So we have satellite subscribers, we have analog cable, believe it or not. And we are the only set-top box source, by the way, that can attach to an analog cable, because there is no set-top box in an analog cable home. But if you have a TiVo, there is. We have digital cable subscribers. We have over-the-air subscribers. We can absolutely look at how viewership and internet activity differs on that. I'd actually take that a step further. That's a great example of understanding segmentations. But with these people who have volunteered to participate in these research studies, we can learn all sorts of interesting things about them and see how that influences or how their activities are different based on anything you might want to know about that household. For instance, we recently, as a great emblematic example, talked about how Republicans view TV versus how Democrats view TV. The reason we know this is these panelists who volunteered to be part of this group. We just asked them, do you consider yourself a Republican, a Democrat, an independent, or whatever? And we get very high response rates to those sorts of questions. We do it regularly. And now we're able to see how Republicans watch TV versus how Democrats watch TV. And I got news for you. It's not just Fox News versus CNN. You know, you look at any broadcast or cable lineup just in the general entertainment TV, and there are skews toward different different groups of people, different cohorts watch different things. And if you're a brand or a political consultant or whatever trying to reach a specific target that is defined much better based on, say, Republican Democrat than based on age, sex, demographics, what a wonderful tool. So you can actually combine all that stuff together. We're able to show you how those people watch TV differently, not only programs, but specific commercials, because this is set-top box data after all with a large sample size. Oh, and by the way, it has a whole DVR element, so you understand all the interactive elements, all the time shifting, fast forwarding of commercials. And actually, all that can be brought to bear and filtered on the internet side, too, with our relationship with Quantcast. So it's, I believe, extraordinary on a number of levels in the sense of the ability to understand different segmentations with a huge sample size, passively observed across multiple media.